Hello, I want to welcome you to Math 182 Online. This is our Canvas page. So, if you're not too familiar with Canvas, I just want to give you a little walkthrough. On this main page, we have the syllabus. You can look at the syllabus, and I have a syllabus video as well. Syllabus review. Here's a little introduction about me, talk about my interests and hobbies. This video should be in this place. Course objectives, you can click on that. It talks about the objectives for the course, which you might expect. Homework options, this will talk about the choice between doing the online homework and the paper homework. Okay. If you ever get stuck in a page, you can always go back and click the home button as I just did here. Okay, anyway. A discussion post, this talks about the discussion post that we have for the class. And it goes into some real etiquette rules as well, how to be polite online. You hit back or hit the home button. So all this is good information, and I encourage you to peruse it all. Learning resources, we have online tutoring, which is kind of cool, something through Smart Thinking, and online math resources, just some links there. I want to show you about the tutoring. I don't know why it's just not scrolling up. Okay, so let's say you get stuck on something. You can go to the help. Up here it says help. Click on help, and you can do ask your instructor a question, and that'll ask me a question. You could do Smart Thinking online tutoring. And so the class comes with, I think it's 7 or 8 hours of free tutoring. So you can go there and get some tutoring. Okay. What else do we have here? Some W&C links. W&C Canvas student help video. Sorry about that. Turn that off. Okay. Okay, W&C student policies, W&C free tutoring services. So we have tutoring at the campuses, at least the Fallon and the Carson campuses. Disability statement, technical requirements for using the software with WebAssign, and academic advising and student counseling services. So that's all nice stuff that's there. But what you're probably really wondering is where are the lessons? How do I get to those lessons? Well, I'll get there. This tab here takes you to the syllabus, and there's the syllabus, as well as look at all these fun quizzes and homework assignments. Okay. And then we have the modules. That's where all the stuff is. So this is a pretty standard one. If you have other courses, you'll see the exact same thing, Canvas Student Orientation. If you click over here, it'll close that up. So here's Chapter 7, and I have in Chapter 7 the objectives. I have a video lesson for 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, all the way down here. And then in that, you see here's Quiz 1, details. Tells you about what you can expect in Quiz 1. Okay. And then we go to the actual quiz. And all these quizzes you can take 4 times. They're multiple choice, the top score counts. Then on here is Chapter 7 homework, and there's Chapter 7 homework's due date. Then we have Chapter 8, and same thing as before. You have videos and lesson notes, like click on 8.3. So you have the video I made of this, completed lecture notes and blank lecture notes. And then there's some other videos by other sources of people who did some of these topics. This is from Patrick JMT. He's got 6 things there, so you can go and click on all 6, but I gave you the first of the 6. Trigonometric integrals, sine to the n power, cosine to the n power. These are integral calc, and this is a neat set of videos this person's made. So, okay. Now, let me get back to the modules. I will show you two. That you could get to the next thing by clicking down here at the bottom. Next goes to quiz 4. Previous would take you to 8.2 on that. Okay, so after chapter 8 we have ourselves a midterm. So on this I have the midterm information, and it talks about the midterm, and you could take it on paper or online. It goes from the differences there. And then I have the practice midterm with work, and practice midterm with work and solutions. And when it's time for the midterm, I'll post the paper version here if you're taking the paper version. And you do the midterm submission there. So minimize that. Coming down here, chapter 9, same type of thing. And then we have chapter 10, then the final exam. So here's practice final exam, and this has information about the final exam. Let's say you want to look at grades. You would go to this part over here. It says grades. You can look at grades. Here's conferences. So if we'll have these weekly meetings, you'll go to this conferences place, and there'll be you can click on it for the conference, and you'll be able to see my screen, you'll be able to talk. And this is the type of thing I ask you to mute your microphone when you're not talking, so I don't hear all the background noise. And then I'll post the notes from the conference, and it records. So discussion postings. You have to do discussion postings here. Nothing currently is located, but there will be discussion postings. The first thing you'll want to do is your introduction. And you can ask homework questions, and you can answer people's homework questions. Okay. That'll do it. Bye.